Here we are.
We are here.
In our brand spankingly newly painted office.
And even in the dark with the night coming down on us, it's still so bright and cheerful. It's like a big Easter egg hug, and I love it.
A big Easter egg hug. If you hit us up on our Instagram, Facebook, I didn't post it on Twitter, but Instagram and Facebook, you can see what it looks like now. You should put a before picture, too.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I posted one a while ago.
Yes.
It was a horrible, what color was it?
Dirty beige is the best way to describe it.
Dirty beige. Hi, Daddy. I'm Doherty beige.
Yeah.
And we bought new shelves, a new desk, all kinds of new stuff, and painted it. Looks a lot nicer in here. But when we record, this is a little inside information, we actually have the lights off.
We do. It makes that more intimate feeling, you know? It just feels romantic and like you can share your innermost feelings.
It was like when we did the Romance in Quarantine episode, the Romance Generator game. What was it called? Romance Machine? The sound was weird on my end because we actually had the light on for that, and I kept turning to Sarah and making eye contact with her while I talked to her because the lights were on, and it made it where my microphone kept going a little quiet and stuff. And this doesn't happen when the lights are off. My wife is literally within touching distance of me. Touch me. Wiggity, rocket power. But I cannot see her, so it feels like I'm talking to a strange girl.
Does it, though? Because I feel like my answers are exactly what you would expect.
You are introduced as my wife. I constantly talk about you as my wife, but it feels like I'm talking to some strange.
You're making that sound like that's a really hot, good thing, and I don't know how I feel about that, but...
I mean, it is hot to be a bad spouse. That is hot. Actually doing it is not worth it, but it is considered a hot thing, right?
Okay.
I'm not saying I personally think it's hot, but in general, like if you're watching a movie or a setup of a porn, like being unfaithful is hot. It's considered taboo.
Oh, it definitely is taboo. So if taboo is considered hot and those are interchangeable words, then yes, I would absolutely agree with you.
All right. So you don't agree, obviously, because you worded it like a jerk. What is something taboo that you do think is hot? This is you have thought of 10 things, but you don't want to say one because you might look bad.
Butts. Yeah, anal stuff in general is something that's considered taboo, but I think it's hot.
In general. That's so hot when you say anal stuff in general.
Is it?
Oh, yeah. General anal stuff.
Oh, what's something other than infidelity that is taboo that you consider hot?
Big age differences.
Well played, sir. Well played.
I mean, ours is only 10 years, but like if I was 20 right now, 18, 19, if I was just of legal age, even when I was just 18, 19, my type was still
41-year-old women.
Maybe not 40. I mean, I would not know you were 41 unless we started talking about it. So, I mean, I like that. I like that. I mean, when I was 18, 19, I was dating a 27-year-old. So,
yeah, that's still that 10-year difference, though. It seems like that's your sweet spot.
Maybe it's not my sweet spot. Maybe women are just generally attracted to men that are 10 years younger than them because it's taboo and it's hot.
That may well be the case, but maybe you just like those women who feel like they have it all together, and you're like, hey, I like that. She seems like she's in control.
Is sexting considered taboo, or has that just been completely blown out of the water? Like, I know they still say, you shouldn't send naked pictures of yourself to people because of the possibilities.
I think that's an age
Maybe
thing.
that's, for, like, high schoolers and stuff.
Yeah.
But that's definitely hot. Getting an unsolicited dick pic in the middle of the night from a friend who's on Ambien. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Again, we're going to have to disagree on that one.
I'm just telling you what I
love
think.
solicited sexting. Solicited sexting is great. Unsolicited?
Well, the fact that I think it's hot means it's always solicited. Solicited, the word solicited.
You're going to get so many dick pics now, you realize that.
If you have my number, I will not be mad if you send me a dick pic. Just don't have like an ugly old dang-a-langer. Anyways, we redid our office. It's a big thing for me. It used to be a really big thing for me that when I was really stressed, I'd want to rearrange the house. And I've tried to center myself and stop rearranging things and just make the room look like we're actually spending money to make our house look how we want it to and not have to rearrange it.
And I like that. I like the investment in really taking one space at a time and making it ours, because we do have a slightly older house, and so it makes it feel more like ours and not like
slightly older. If our house was any older, I'd date it. Get it?
I do. Way to bring that back around.
Yeah, thank you. Go ahead.
But yeah, it used to be I would come back home and like not only just rooms themselves would be rearranged and furniture in new places, but actual locations of items would be rearranged. So like one child's bedroom would be another child's bedroom, and the living room would now be an office, and like stuff would
The living room has never been turned into an office. But okay, I do understand what you're saying. And that all developed after I started being the stay-at-home dad with a baby. But I haven't done it in a long time.
You haven't.
Probably since I got the good job where I was actually bringing in money. And I was like, all right, I don't feel guilty using this money to make our house nicer.
And it's been great, and I do really enjoy having the house be nicer. So.
What is a way that you currently or have dealt with stress that was just dumb, waste of time? Like me constantly rearranging rooms. It can be harmless, because it is harmless, but...
I mean, I definitely would get into big, like, cleaning sprints where it would be suddenly we need to clear out everything in this room.
Yeah, but you need to clean. You don't need to rearrange.
No, but not like cleaning, like dusting and vacuuming, like cleaning, like let's go through and pull out everything. Let's throw out everything that we don't think we want anymore. And then I would, 2 months later be like, whatever happened to that such and such? And really regret that I had gone through that mad dash and thrown, like purged all of that stuff. Felt this need.
An example, what's something you've thrown away that you regretted throwing away?
I used to always make Christmas stockings for little new babies when they were born in my family. And it took a lot of work, but it was fun, and I knew that it was something that they could have forever. It was one of the first things that had their name on it, and it was really, really cool. So I had this special, like, loom thing that you could use to hook the...
A loom?
Yeah, it was like a wooden frame that you could use to hook up the needlepoint stuff so that you could sew it. And I threw it away in one of those things. And then later...
Is this like a big thing? Or is this small handheld?
It's fairly large. It's like microphone stand sized so that you could have it and lay it down in your lap, but it would stand up and you could sew on it. So it wasn't huge. It wasn't like a piece of furniture sized large, but it was large enough, and it was one of the things that I threw away that I later was like, man, I wish I still had that.
I'm assuming you threw it away not during Christmas season.
It wasn't that. It was during I felt like everybody was done having their babies, and so I wasn't going to need it anymore. And
Little did you know.
Little did I know that I would marry into a family where my husband was substantially younger, and there would be lots of people having babies. We had a baby.
My oldest brother had a baby. My youngest brother had a baby. So. Andy didn't have any babies after we got together? Or how old was Desmond?
No, Desmond was a baby. He was little, but he was already born.
Okay.
And then
that's what I thought.
One of your best friends had a baby. So there was a lot of babies.
Which one?
Stuart.
One of my.
Yes.
You can only have one best friend.
Okay, well, is he your best friend?
Yes.
Okay, well, then there you go. I didn't want to put that label on there. I don't know.
I mean, I don't think you're allowed to count siblings when you talk about best friends. Like, I don't think you should say, oh, my wife's my best friend. Because she's not. She is your wife. It's totally different. And if you got divorced, you wouldn't be best friends anymore. So I can't count my little brother as my best friend. So yeah, Stuart would be next. And then it gets into like Jason's and Oren's and Joel's. Lots of people I like, but yeah, Stuart would be my best friend. You guys don't know who Stuart is. We'll get Stuart up here and we'll interview him.
We should. I think he'd be highly entertaining.
Yeah, I think he would be slightly entertaining.
For those of you who follow our Instagram, he was the one in the Stay in the Pool the Longest challenge, which happened on Memorial Day. That was in all the pictures with our dear Lenton.
Yep. Gummy worms. Won the gummy worms. Hey, I got a question.
Okay.
Is there something that a best friend could do that was still legal and it wasn't directly bad to you that would make you not be their best friend anymore?
Nothing that no. Okay. If they did something really bad to their own child, like,
but it's still legal.
Yeah. So like a parent disowning their child for coming out as gay. That would absolutely be a deal breaker.
You wouldn't be best friends then anymore.
That would be a deal breaker.
Even though your friendship is not built on
No, but knowing that they're the kind of person that could do something that terrible to their child, that would totally change my perception of them as a person.
I would say I would take it even further. If I knew that any of my best friends were strongly against gay rights in general, I would not be their friends anymore.
No, and I
would
think
not be their best friends.
There would be certain positions where if I heard things like you were anti-gay, that would be a deal breaker for me. But that one of the things that I'm most passionate about is being able to unconditionally love your children, being able to hate things that they do, being able to disagree with choices they make, but that they are your child, and at the end of the day that there's a certain sort of unconditional love that comes with that.
Yeah, so when you take something that you're, like I would say you and I, we're both not liberals, we're not Democrats, we're not conservative, both of us are sort of in the middle, but both of us are pretty, I would say the most liberal thing about me is the LGBTQ, is that all the ones now? That stuff is probably the most liberal I am, and you're very, very close to that.
Yeah, and
maybe not as much as me, but still enough to where we have never, ever, ever, ever fought about it.
No, I don't understand how you can look at any other person and think that they don't deserve the same rights as you for any reason. They are another human being. They deserve the same consideration. That is something I am particularly passionate about.
Give me something you are maybe not as passionate as about, but something that you are more conservative when it comes to. Are you comfortable saying that? Are you afraid that people are gonna?
No,
people are gonna throw mud at you.
No, you're
gonna get some mud thrown at you?
Those of I think most people who know me personally know, but obviously a lot of our podcasters don't know that my dad is an immigrant from Poland, and
He's from Poland.
I am a first generation American, and he worked really hard. There was a lot of things that he had to do to become a citizen. He came here and he didn't speak English, and he had to learn how to do that. He had to do all the citizenship stuff. I think that there's a lot of things we do that in terms of management of illegal immigrants that is just human rights violations. But in general, I do feel like there is a right way to come to the United States, and we need to make sure that we honor the difficulties that come with that.
We might have to do an entire political spectrum, what do you call it, podcast episode.
I mean, I think there's probably several podcast episodes in all of the different political hot button topics that we could potentially get into.
Yeah, but there's like they have, it's not the official, but they have here is the political spectrum and where you fall on it. So the episode would be us discussing where we see each other and ourselves falling specifically on the political spectrum.
Oh, no, I think that's fair. And they even have those tasks so we could put in answers and sort of see how it lines up with each other and what we thought.
Yeah. That would be cool. All right. Anyways, enough about you hating immigrants.
I do not hate immigrants, clearly.
Wait, clearly.
I'm a first-generation American.
First generation doesn't mean anything. You still... Okay. First-generation American doesn't mean anything because you personally weren't involved in any of those choices made.
I know, but I love my parents, and I'm glad they're here.
I know, but I love your parents, and I'm glad they're here, and I'm not a first-generation immigrant. I'm Degrassi, the first-generation immigrant.
Not sure what that means, but okay.
It means that I support Jimmy.
And Drake.
And Sid. When I think about Degrassi, the first generation, I always take Cassie from Skins.
Yes.
And I insert her in there, but she wasn't in there.
No.
Wow, Jimmy. But she wasn't in there. This is the Two Better Halves podcast, where we take one topic and split it into two 15-minute time discussions, one led by me, Linroyds McGee.
And one led by me, Sarah. I didn't know I was supposed to come up with a clever nickname.
You weren't supposed to. I was supposed to, because that mattered to me. During my 15 minutes, I can do whatever I want. Sarah can do whatever she wants. I can just mute her microphone and talk to you guys for 15 minutes about my favorite wrestlers. I can make up a bunch of lies about Sarah, and she can't do anything about it during my 15 minutes.
I really wish you wouldn't.
And she can't really do anything about it because I'm the one who edits the podcast. But in fairness, if you keep track of time while you're listening, you will see that it is actually 15 minutes. Perfectly. So it'd be really, really hard to trick it and edit it in a way that still remains exactly 15 minutes.
It's true. Got some accountability.
Warn you ahead of time. Our daughter is pretty awake tonight. I can hear her making horse noises from here. Her room is way upstairs, so might hear some horses.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
And our topic today is, of course, high school. So, Sarah, are you ready to lead your 15 minutes of discussion?
I am.
In 3, 2, 1, spopaloop.
So, one of the things...
Oh, you always started with the word so. I'm going to make a compilation. 7 episodes of you saying so. It would be a very boring compilation. It would be just you saying so 7 times. This is what I like to do. I like to see how much of Sarah's 15 minutes I can actually control.
You like to point out all my flaws, too, but that's okay.
It's not a flaw to say the word so. There's literally a song from Sound of Music that's called So.
Okay, well, look, let's get back. So
I need a pulling thread.
One of the things that we talked about last week in particular is the fact that we had very different high school experiences, because I went to public high school and you were homeschooled. One of the things I'm really interested in understanding is, what are the things that, from your experience looking in, seeing the world through friends, maybe seeing the world through television shows and movies of what a high school experience is supposed to be, that you feel like being homeschooled you missed out on? What is something that you think that high school students get to do, get to experience, get to have, that you were like, man, I didn't get to do X?
The things that I specifically am sad that I missed out on?
Yes.
Okay. The sports of it all. I'm a huge sports fan. I played soccer when I was middle school age for a couple years.
Okay, so on sports, is it being able to watch sports, being a part of that whole community and the cheering for our team, or is it actually having the opportunity to play for your team?
It would be all of it. I would have never tried to play football. I'm not, I don't like getting hurt. I don't like getting tackled. Anytime we played football as brothers and family with neighbors and stuff, it was always touch, or eventually we got flag stuff. Every now and then it would be tackle, but only if I was tackling someone smaller than me. I would have absolutely tried to play basketball, would have absolutely tried to play soccer on a high school team. But besides that, just being part of that atmosphere, because even though I was homeschooled, one of my best friends was in our local high school. One of my girlfriends went to the local high school, and we'd go to all the football games. She was a volleyball player, so I'd go to all the volleyball games. Went to you used to be able to, I don't know if you can still do it, if you go to like Kroger or Walmart, they also sell local school merchandise, and I'd get like shirts and hats and stuff. I mean, it got to the point where I was around so much, like all the drama people, because I was also friends with all the drama theater people, which being also another thing that I would mention. They thought I went to school there because every single party, every single show, every single after show, going out to eat, I was always there. So I really wish I could have been part of the sports thing. Really wish I could have been part of drama in the theater. I didn't get into theater until I was 18, out of high school age. The choice of females is something I really missed out on. My only choice of females. That makes me sound cocky. Just that high school sexual energy experience that you see in like the movies and you hear about. I had a girlfriend who went to high school when I was high school aged, and she would talk about like, oh yeah, my friend was doing this, and this one guy was trying to get her to do this and this, and you just hear all these stories of everyone just being flirty and wanting to have sex all the time. Meanwhile, the choice of girls that I could even talk to were just the girls who went to church with me. So you're already working with a disadvantage. So there was to be so many ladies, so many young girls that I could have flirted with. And I flirted with so many, because like I said, I was at so many parties, went to all the football games and stuff, but it's not the same. So you can never compete. Well, I say you can never compete as with a girl in high school when you're homeschooled, but I dated a girl for over a year that was in high school. I think she probably cheated on me, but I don't know that.
It's really interesting to me because you're actually, I can't argue with any of the things that you've said. Like, you don't have a dissuaded, sort of disillusioned Hollywood version of these things. I would say being a part of...
Well, you interrupted me before I could talk about wanting to fuck a teacher.
Okay, well, let's just stop here. This is my 15 minutes, and we can get to that in a little while. Being part of the culture of sports in high school, both from being on a team and being able to compete, and being a part of just the Friday Night Lights and all of those things, having that camaraderie behind cheering for your team and your mascot and the merch and all of those things that go along with
merch.
it. That is one of my favorite memories of high school.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Hands down.
Rub it in.
Hands down. There definitely is a spirit. And I even went to a school where I was the third class to graduate. It was a brand new school.
I don't know what that means.
I was only the third class of seniors to make it through the school.
Oh, okay.
So it was a brand new school. They had just opened, and they still had that sense of team spirit and excitement and wanting to cheer for your team and being excited about it and being a part of that. I participated in several sports. I was at all the football games, and so that sense was very much there, even in a brand new school. Go ahead.
When you say first class, again, I didn't go to high school, and I don't care now about other high schools. But first class to graduate means the first group that were all in 12th grade seniors to graduate. Now, like, this is one classroom.
Yeah, so I was
multiple
the third.
classrooms back in the day, right?
Yes, so I was the third class to graduate, meaning that two groups of seniors. So there was I was a class of 96.
The school was only open for 3 years.
Yes.
Is what the normal way of saying it would be.
Right, so the school opened with 9th and 10th graders.
What? Then where did 11th and 12th graders go?
They didn't have any at first.
That's not a high school then. That's a half school.
And then they moved up. So then the next year they had 9th, 10th,
and
and 11th graders. And then the next year they had 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th graders. So the first class to graduate actually didn't attend all 4 years at my high school. The second class to graduate had attended all 4 years. And then we were the third class to graduate. So the school was still very brand new. And we were one of the first groups to actually be able to say that we were alumni of that high school.
And this was, what, 71?
Wow. What a jerk. I mentioned already I was the class of 96, but that's okay.
Not when you graduated, when the school was founded.
And again, if I was the class of 96 and the first class to graduate was 94.
No, not what year. I mean, like how many degrees it was outside when you graduated. It was 71 degrees.
I don't know. It was
You were in Chicago,
hot.
right?
No, this was in...
Oh, this was in Sandy Creek Mountain?
Yeah, it was Sandy Creek High School in Fayetteville. I started my freshman year of high school in Illinois and then moved, and halfway through my freshman year, I lived in Georgia, and I went to Fayette County High School, and then for 10th, 11th, and 12th grade, I went to Sandy Creek.
Go Cougars! Right.
None of those are
I
Cougars.
don't know what the hell Sandy Creek is.
They're the Patriots.
The Patriots. Wow.
And then Fayette County was the Tigers.
Oh my God, are you just going to go through all the mascots at all
the
schools? Oh.
And then Elgin High School was the Maroons. Very politically incorrect.
How is the color maroon politically
because
incorrect?
It was an Indian.
Wow, that is not
politically incorrect.
That's not okay.
I don't know if that's what their mascot still is, but at the
The
time...
Maroons and the mascot was an Indian?
Yes.
Like, because East Coweta is the East Coweta Indians.
No, we were not the Indians. We were the Maroons.
No, but I'm saying you
yes.
were the Maroon. Wow, that is something. Huh. I mean, it's like the Washington Redskins.
Yeah, I mean, it's very...
That's politically incorrect, but no
absolutely.
one cares anymore. Yeah, so, I guess it's not that big of a deal.
There you go. So I would absolutely agree with you on that. One of my favorite memories in high school, I was in the marching band. So I got to be at every single high school football game. And there is still that feeling I get when there's that crisp fall air and you can hear from where we live. We can actually hear one of the local high schools when their drum line starts playing. You can hear it like ricocheting. And there is a feeling in my heart that I get that it just calls me back to that time in high school.
Oh, yeah, you had a perfect high school life. Cool.
I did not have a perfect high school life, but that is a very good memory. As far as everyone being sexed up and horned up and all of that, that is absolutely my experience.
Don't tell me that.
Everyone is super horny all the time. Everyone is like an episode of a soap opera. Everyone's dating everyone, then breaking up. Everything is super high drama.
And I had a girlfriend for a year, and we only did hand stuff. Wonderful.
Yeah, see, no, you missed out.
What? So...
And again, being in band camp is the movie American Pie. It's not that far off. Band camp, you're away from all your parents. There's very few chaperones. It is, in my experience, a very sexually charged environment for a large group of high school students with a fair amount of no supervision.
So you were a whore?
I was not, but I will definitely say that there were people that had sex at band camp.
Well, I don't mean specifically band camp. In all of high school. How do you know everyone's being sexual unless you were being a giant whore?
Okay.
Which is fine. Don't get me wrong.
I was not being a giant whore. I did have sex in high school with one person who was my boyfriend for a considerable amount of time.
That didn't mean nothing.
But talking to friends, I was by far and away not the only one. The majority of people that I knew in high school were engaged in some sort of sexual activities.
The majority of people I knew from other high schools were engaged in sexual activities. So I wish I was part of that.
Sorry.
I didn't get really sexual till what? I was 20, 21, 20. Yeah, 20. Age of 20. Then I was like, I ain't never looking back. Unless, I'm looking back at it.
So one of the topics you didn't mention, which I've heard you mention in other conversations that you felt
You didn't let me finish my whole list. But okay, what is it? What did I not mention?
Was prom.
Prom? Oh, fuck.
So you had mentioned that you never got invited to a prom.
No. I've never been to a prom. I was invited and uninvited 4 times.
Oh, my goodness. What did you do to get uninvited?
What did I do? What did the bitches do?
Okay, when it's one time, okay, maybe it was someone uninvited you. I got uninvited to prom 1 time. 4 times, it starts to look a little bit more like there's a pattern here.
It was all 3 of them were girls that I weren't dating at the time. No, I guess one I was dating. Girls I was not dating at the time, except for one that then decided within the first couple of weeks, because the problem, the girls that liked me, all their friends were lump sack losers. So once it got closer to the prom, all the friends were like, "Oh, we're just going as a friend thing." And so then the girl's like, "All right, am I gonna bring my boyfriend or the guy I like that doesn't even go here, that no one knows, he doesn't fit in with my friends or anybody else here, or am I going to chill with my friends?" So 3 times the girls all changed their mind. The 4th time, my little brother was going to try to take me, but then he decided not to even try. I don't know if they would have let him, but he decided not to try and to take his girlfriend of like 2 years instead. So fuck prom.
To be fair to your brother, girlfriend of 2 years, I feel like he would have gotten some shit from her.
They're not together now?
I still feel like at the time he probably would have gotten some flack for that, and I can see why he felt like that was the right move.
Well, he's missing out because I would be a great prom date. You've been to dances and things with me. I'm a great date.
I am sure that you would have been a great prom date. I couldn't have taken you to my prom because you would have been too young.
I would have been 8.
Yeah, it would have been
7.
7. It would have been highly inappropriate.
Well, hello there. I could have been on the shoulders of someone else who was 7 and put like a trench coat over me, and everyone would have thought that I was a grown man.
Don't think that works.
I'm Chad Starr.
I will say though, to play devil's advocate for these girls that uninvited you. My junior year, I had been dating a person for, I don't know how long I'd been dating him at the time, but we ultimately dated for like 2 or 3 years. So we definitely were long-term relationship material. We went to prom together. I had a great time, but the whole thing was about us being together, us trying to connect with each other, us trying to make sure the other one was having a good time. My senior year was when I got uninvited. So I had been dating a guy.
You got uninvited?
I did.
What a loser.
We broke up. He said, "I will still take you to prom. I already bought the tickets. Everything's good. We can go as friends. Our breakup was amicable. It's all good." The night...
No breakup is amicable, but go ahead.
Yeah, it wasn't. Because the night before at like 11:45, he called me and said, "Hey, I'm taking someone else to prom. You don't have a ticket anymore. So find out if you can even go." So I had to call the school president at midnight the night before prom and say, "I didn't buy a ticket, but I now have been uninvited. I need a ticket. Can I still get a ticket to prom?"
School president is another high schooler, right?
It is another high schooler, yes.
Okay. It's not like in the United States.
No. So they were very nice about it. I'm sure it's not the first time it's happened. And we're like, absolutely, you can buy your ticket when you get here. So I went with a large group of friends. Had a lot of fun incidents that happened. Like, for example, we were going down the stairs to take pictures. I tripped down the stairs, ripped my dress all the way up the front, from my knees all the way up to my belly button.
Oh, wow. That sounds like a blast.
It got to go into a room where one of my friend's grandmothers graciously stitched up my dress by hand for me while I stood there in my underwear.
Did she fill you up while she did it?
She did not. Her name was Mimi, and she was delightful.
Of course her name is Mimi.
While everyone came in and asked me if I was okay while I stood there in my underwear,
This is horrible.
And it all got stitched up. And then we went to dinner, and everybody felt so bad for me because of the 1-2 punch of ripping my dress and being uninvited that they told the wait staff it was my birthday, and they brought me a birthday cake, and everyone's saying happy birthday to me. And then got to prom.
Oh, we don't get to know what you did at prom.
Man.
Your prom story has nothing to do with you at prom. Wow. This is not a prom story.
I was going to get there, but I ran out of time.
All right, my 15 minutes. Let me get my timer going. Blink, 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 blink. All right, my 15 minutes has started. We already know that I was a big loser during high school. So no reason to talk about that. We already know that you had sex with everyone in high school.
That is not what I said. I said one person, but okay.
When we play it back and we hear the edit I make, it's going to sound like...
Wow.
So you only had sex with one person in high school?
I did.
You haven't had sex with that many people in general.
No.
Tell me about you having sex for the first time. That's what I want to hear about.
For the first time.
I know it, but I want everyone else in the world to know.
There aren't a whole lot of details I remember.
Wow.
Other than...
That's sad.
No, but here's the thing. Because
blackout drunk.
It was... Absolutely not. I think the thing about it is that it was
so bad that you blocked it out. Excuse me, this is my 15 minutes. It was so bad that you had to block it out.
I would not agree with that statement.
Sarah, it was in fact so bad that you had to block it out. Yes. Sarah?
Do you want me to tell the story or not?
I want you to first agree and then tell the truth.
But why would I agree when that's a lie?
Because it will make me feel better.
Okay, I agree.
That what?
That I was blackout drunk.
No. That the sex was so bad that you blocked it out.
The sex was so bad that I backed it out.
You're not even listening. Okay, go ahead. Tell us the story.
I didn't drink in high school at all, except when I was in Germany on exchange, and I had one beer, for the record.
A whore and an alcoholic.
Wow, okay. Second of all, it was my boyfriend at the time. We had been dating for quite a while.
This is the guy who bailed on you on...
No. This was the one who I went to my junior prom with. This is not the guy that bailed on me. He was, by and large, for a high school boyfriend and a first relationship, a very upstanding gentleman.
And this is the one that I've met a few times now. I don't want to say names.
You've seen him on Facebook. I don't know.
No, we met at the gymnastics. Remember? He was
yes.
He is a very, very nice guy.
Yes. We dated for a while. Like I said, by and large, we dated through high school and first year of college. By and large, I've got no complaints. I was very lucky that was my first really serious relationship.
I don't think I want to hear the sex story anymore.
I mean, like I said,
sound like you're in love.
No, and I don't remember a lot of the details. I remember that we were at my house.
Wrong.
I remember no one else was there. I remember...
you did this alone?
I remember it being overall pleasant and not as scary as a lot of the things make it sound like. It wasn't super painful. It wasn't, I didn't feel scared or afraid. It felt like grown up. It felt like, a way to be able to do something different. I remember walking him out to his car afterwards and feeling like I was, super excited and just walking on clouds and very happy and like we had really cemented our relationship. We dated for a really long time afterwards.
That's good. I like that part.
I just, like I said, I don't remember any of the details of the actual act, but I remember it being an overall pleasant experience.
Was this his first time?
It was not.
Wow. Doesn't he? Okay. Since we're not dropping names, I thought that he cheats on you. Why are you not adding that in the story?
Before we had sex, yes. Afterwards, not.
Okay. Well, I wonder why. After you started having sex with him, he stopped cheating on you.
And that is exactly what the girl...
Yeah, but you're going to give this... Hold on. No. My 15 minutes. You're going to give this story about... Like, we can listen back to it. You talked about this relationship as it was the most perfect high school relationship you could have possibly had. And you're not even going to... I have to bring that up? Why? Why did I have to bring that up?
So, I would say that was obviously a very negative part of the relationship.
But why didn't you mention that when you were talking about it?
But by and large, over the course of 3 years...
I'm asking a question during my 15 minutes. I'm asking a question in my 15 minutes. Why did you not bring it up earlier when you were talking about the relationship?
Because when I think back on the relationship, the 3 or so years that we were together versus the 2 or so months that it
was... 2
to
3 months of him consistently cheating is not a big deal when you think back on the relationship. What the... Why is that not important?
Because it was so early on, and because it was before we really sort of became established, and I really started to feel like it was a relationship versus just dating a person.
Just to be clear, you're saying that looking back on it, you don't think you guys should have broken up after he cheated on you for 3 months. That was forgivable because the rest of it, obviously that's what you think, because when we're talking about the
I don't think it's forgivable. I don't think that cheating on someone,
well, you didn't break up with
someone is forgivable.
You guys stayed together for 3 years, so were you mad at him the whole time?
No, because I was able to let that go.
Well, then it's forgivable.
Okay, well then fine. Then that is forgivable.
So, if that happens to either of our 2 daughters, you would tell them to stick through it for 3 months and then see what happens? Or would you tell them, get out of there because he's cheating on you for 3 months? Just curious.
I would definitely tell them to get out of there. But in retrospect, being able to look back and seeing the whole thing as it unfolds and now knowing what I know, I don't regret that. And I'm glad that that was my first time versus other first times that could have been possible.
Well, it's not so much that it bothers me that you don't regret it looking in the large picture and where it led you to in life. It bothers me that when telling the story, you decide not to mention and only mention about how good the relationship is. That's new to me. I knew that he cheated, but I did not know that you thought so highly of the relationship. That's completely new. If he got to get 3 years out of it, how many years do I get if I start cheating at this point?
I mean, you've already gotten 8 years. You've already bested it.
No.
No, you set the precedent now. You should have done it out of the gate. But now it's that ship has sailed.
Would you have stayed with me if I cheated on you for the first 3 months of us dating?
No, probably not.
What the hell?
Because I learned my lesson from those early relationships.
You didn't learn your lesson. You're talking about how good it was. No. Guys, you can easily listen back to it and listen to the first 5 minutes of her talking about how the relationship was good.
There's things that you learn in early relationships.
I mean, it's
think,
just
that
right
are
here.
Very important for you to understand what you want and what you don't want, what you like and what you don't like. And I feel like I learned a lot from that relationship that helped set me up for future success.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I completely understand that point, but that is not the point you made when you decided to
and there's a difference in
leave
the level
that part
of
out
no
and
and
talk
that's
about
fair. That is fair, but there's a difference in the level of commitment when you're 16-year-olds in high school and you're married to someone. Those are very different levels of commitment.
My problem with the whole thing is how you talked about it for 5 minutes being this great thing. Okay, and that's fair,
but I'm looking back in retrospect knowing everything that I know. Obviously, at the time when those things were happening, as a teenager in particular, there was a million tears. There was a lot of upset moments. There was a lot of times that my parents and my grandmother told me, without knowing all of the details, that if he made me cry that much, it was not good for me.
And they were right, because you would say the same thing to your kids.
Absolutely. So, but you're
glad you didn't listen to them.
But I now have the ability to look back and realize that overall, on the whole, my experiences could have been so much worse when I hear other people's stories. I feel like I learned a lot from that relationship, and I feel like the fact that I was able to have one really serious relationship through high school and not flip from guy to guy, that I was able to only have sex with one person in high school.
Just so everyone's clear, it was serious one side. On the other side, it was not serious because he was cheating. Like, how do you know he didn't cheat after that first 3 months?
Because the person he was cheating on me with was highly vocal and every second couldn't wait to run to me and tell me about it. There's no way she would have changed.
No, not with her. Like, why wouldn't he just cheat with someone else? Like, why not? He knows that if someone knows that that it's not going to end the relationship, why not just keep cheating?
Because sex with me is that good, baby.
No. No. Is that really your only answer to that? Like, how did you know that he wasn't cheating anymore?
We had a very small circle of friends. Our high school class was incredibly small. Everybody told everybody everything. I can't imagine that a high schooler could have been able to keep that quiet for that long. We're not good at that.
Half the listeners right now are in high school and we're cheating, and we're getting away with it. But
okay, maybe so. But in my high school, almost all the cheaters were immediately outed because people can't keep their mouths shut.
I mean, all the ones that were outed were the ones that people couldn't keep their mouths shut.
That's fair.
All the other
That's fair.
ones that they didn't get caught.
That's fair.
Why did the relationship end?
When we were in college, I think he started to not want to be in college anymore. That wasn't really his focus. I was very goal-driven and wanting to be like, this is my plan. This is when I'm going to be ready. And I pushed that a lot. And that was just not his
Well, yeah, because his side focus was
agenda.
thoughts.
And so
Thoughts.
we had very different goals. And so what actually ultimately happened to me in my college experience was I had a ton of friends my freshman year. And by the time we made it to junior year, almost all of them had decided college was not the path for them.
Is that the only time you've been cheated on, the one guy?
As far as I know.
You didn't have a close group of friends with any of the other guys where you can absolutely say that it didn't happen?
No, because
Do you think I cheated on you?
Once you get out of high school, I think it becomes a very different dynamic. High school is a very
Wow, she ignored the question.
drama-heavy
We're in my
pot
15
of
minutes,
emotions.
and she ignored me asking if you think I cheated on you.
No, I do not think you've cheated on me.
Okay, because I just asked, and you said as far as you
I'm
know.
sorry. I do not think. I mean, as far as I know, no, I do not think that has been the case. I don't even have suspicions.
No, I haven't. Now I'm gonna.
Really?
For 3 months?
Really?
Well, if he got 3 years, and we've been together 8 years, I can't even keep track of how many
You
months.
need it? You need it.
No, I don't need it.
Okay.
I'm pretty happy. At this point, sex with you is that good.
See?
So I don't have to say anything else. My phone is, let's pull up a song.
Oh my God, there's a song? Oh.
There's always a song.
There's not always a song.
Okay. Well, there is this time.
There often is a song.
Today, Sarah will be singing Bet on It from High School Musical 2.
Don't think I know this song.
We have the karaoke version, so you guys will actually be able to hear the music playing as she sings the lyrics off the screen.
That might help me a little bit, in all honesty.
I'm going to hand you with the phone. You got to wait for that YouTube ad to go away.
Ooh. Can we play ads?
Huh?
Can we play ads? Is that some violation
No.
of
I'm
copyright?
sure no one's like, wow, you played my ad.
Everybody's always talking at me. Everybody's trying to get in my head. I want to listen to my own heart talking. I need to count on myself instead. Did you ever lose yourself to get what you want? Did you ever get on a ride, wanna get off? Push away the ones you should have held close. Did you ever let go, but did you ever not know? I'm not gonna stop, that's who I am. I'll give it all I got, that's my plan. Will I find what I lost? You know you can. Bet on it, bet on it, bet on it. I wanna make it right, that is the way to turn my life around. Today is the day. Am I the type of guy who means what I say? Bet on it, bet on it, bet on it, bet on it. How will I know if there's a path worth taking? Should I question every move I make? With all I've lost, my heart is breaking. I don't want to make the same mistakes. Did you ever doubt your dreams will ever come true? Did you ever blame the world but never blame you? Try to live a lie again. I don't want to win this game. I can't play it my way. I'm not gonna stop. That's who I am. I'll give it all I got. That is my plan. Will I find what I lost? You know you can. Bet on it, bet on it, bet on it, bet on it. I want to make it right. That is the way to turn my life around. Today is the day. Am I the type of guy who means what I say? Bet on it, bet on it, bet on it, bet on it. Zac Efron is so little in this.
You're not doing the...
Bring it on down.
Bring it on down.
Gotta work on my swing, gotta do my own thing. Hold up. This is before my time. It's no good at all to see yourself and recognize your face out on my own. It's such a scary place. Ooh, the answer's all inside of me. All I gotta do is believe. This is High School Musical 2.
Yeah, it's High School Musical 2. It's like 19 of them now.
I'm not gonna stop. Not gonna stop.
Till I reach the top.
Well, now you're throwing me off.
That is my plan.
Bet on it, bet on it, bet on it. You can bet on it, bet on it, bet on me. I wanna make it right. That is the way to turn my life around. Today is the day. Am I the type of guy who means what I say? Bet on it, bet on it. You can bet on me.
Did the song just end?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Wow. I did not mean to time that out perfectly. Holy freaking shit. That's amazing. Let me hit y'all with where we got that from. That is from I wanted to say, hey, this is where you can hear that beat and give them credit. Let's see. UMG on behalf of Walt Disney Records. UMG karaoke. This is how you can listen to that if you'd like. Give them credit. UMG karaoke on YouTube. Bet on it too. Bet on it too. High School Musical 2. Bet on it. Karaoke version. What were you going to say?
Never heard that song before. I've seen High School Musical 1, and I've seen High School Musical the Musical because our daughter likes that show. But
is High School Musical the musical the series?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Second verse, you actually started getting into a rhythm, but then when that chorus hit again.
Oh, I was not on the rhythm at all, but I kind of went along with the music.
Not on the rhythm, on a rhythm. Like you had made up your new version of how the song should go. Next episode, we'll be throwing a poll up on our Facebook, and you can vote on what we'll talk about. What do you want to put on the poll there, wife? Based on what we talked about today, or not? It can be something completely different.
We talked about immigration. We can do that.
You want to do a whole episode on immigration? Yeah. Ooh, you will not have any friends left.
I don't think that's true.
I would like to do an episode on loyalty. Because we talked about that recently on my personal Facebook. And we talked about what would make you not be best friends with someone anymore. I would love to dive into a whole episode on loyalty and dig deeper. I like Digger Deeper.
I like Digger Deeper.
Digger deeper into loyalty. Be sure to stay after the end credits song for a special game. Love you.
Bye. Right, so we are going to play our regular...
What do you mean, so?
Wow. Calling me out, throwing me under the bus. You're supposed to lift me up.
Love water.
Oh, well, that's good. All right, so what we're going to do is I have pulled up a list on Esquire.com.
Oh, shit, I'll just type that into the computer.
No, you don't be a cheater. Of the top 25 high school movies of all time. All time.
All time, which means, like, this is just their opinion, though?
Yes, this is their opinion, but we are talking about movies that could be well before your time. Several of these movies I know for a fact came out.
What do you mean well before my time? Like black and white?
There are 2, at least, black and white movies on this
list.
What? However, looking through this list, there are also several movies that I know for a fact you have seen.
Yes.
So you should be able to at least get some of them. So we'll see if you can get. We'll give you 10 guesses.
10 guesses to name 25 movies.
If you can name 5 of the movies on the list in your 10 guesses.
What do I get?
Then you win.
I win what?
What do you want to win?
I would like a massage tonight.
Okay. Well, then there you go. If you can get, in 10 guesses, if you can guess 5 of the movies
but if I
on
lose,
this top
I get a handy.
25. Why do you get something whether you win or lose?
So you don't consider touching my body a win for you?
No.
That is really, 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 really mean.
It's also really mean to say that you get a benefit in either case.
I thought it was a benefit for both of us. I apologize.
All right.
I should have cheated on you for 3 months, and
wow.
then if I would have done that, you would have said that.
Again. Okay, well here you go. I have got the 25 movies pulled up.
Okay.
The top 25 movies, and when they're judging them, they're talking about the movies that help you feel that nostalgia, that you feel that wave of what you felt in high school. Parties, hormones, teachers, all that nostalgia.
So okay. I'm going to go with the ones, I haven't seen most of these, but I know that they're considered, Breakfast Club's got to be on there.
Breakfast Club is on there. Good job, because that is one of my favorite high school movies. I know,
you talk about the movie.
So that is indeed on there. So there you go. One guess, one right.
Is it 16 Candles? Is that what it's called?
16 Candles is also on there, ringing with the Molly Ringwalds.
I'm just going with the old ones that I know, like, because...
Okay, this is...
Not old. I
was going to say delightful that you're calling those old. But.
No, but, movies that... Because it's the movies that people talk about all the time, just as great movies that I have not seen. I only have one more. Is Pretty in Pink on there?
Pretty in Pink is not on here. Okay. Again, another Molly Ringwald. You're really like...
Are all those Molly Ringwalds?
They were all Molly Ringwalds.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off is on there. So you've got 3 right, 4 guesses. You're doing well.
Those are the ones that just name-wise... Those are the ones I know. I'm going to say Mean Girls. Mean Girls
is on there. 4 right, 5 guesses. You only need to get 1 more right, and you've got 5 more guesses.
Well, but I want to keep going and win more.
I mean, I'll let you keep going I'll let you get all 10 guesses.
I'm going to try for High School Musical just because we were just talking about...
High School Musical is not on there.
Okay.
So now you're up to 4 right, 6 guesses.
Superbad?
Superbad is not on there.
All right, I'm thinking of ones that I actually have watched and enjoyed.
So that is 7 guesses now.
I'm thinking of a lot that are falling into the like I'm not sure because like what is it called? It's not called Party Animals. The one, but that's because they're the Toga one. That's college though.
Oh wait a minute! What did you just say again?
What, High School Musical?
No.
Oh, after that, I don't remember what I said. I thought you were keeping up with it.
I was, but there's a list of 25, so I'm doing my best.
What's that one we watched?
It is one we watched. There is one that we watched on the list that I think is probably the one you're thinking of.
It's the one with the really pretty blonde girl. That's the one I'm thinking of. Who's also in Batman. The one with
Yes, that is on the list.
But I can't think of her name. What the name of the thing is. That wasn't Pretty in Pink? That's a different one?
No. If you're talking about the girl who's the blonde girl who's in the Batman movies,
you can just tell me what it is because I don't know.
You're talking about Alicia Silverstone.
Yeah, I don't know the movie.
Clueless.
God, that's on there?
That is on there.
Yeah, that one's definitely...
Clueless is a great movie.
Friday Night Lights is a show, so that won't be on there.
That is not on there. Yeah.
Not High School Musical.
I think you actually said one that was on here.
But you weren't keeping track, so it doesn't count.
I was, but...
Well, I didn't know you were cheating. Now that I know you're cheating, it's different.
I'll give you an extra guess.
Oh, how many guesses am I at?
You are at 7, and you have 4 already, so you just need 1 more correct answer.
Is Grease on there?
Grease is on there. You win. Good job, baby. Do you want to hear the list?
Yes. Give me the list. The ones I didn't already name.
The list of all the 25 best high school movies. The Edge of 17, which I've never seen.
Never even heard of it.
Dead Poets Society.
I've never seen it.
Which is a great movie.
Okay.
It is one of Robin Williams' best. I will give that.
Okay,
Lady Bird.
Cool. Oh, that's the one I started at. I made it about 50 minutes in, and I was like, this sucks.
Perks of Being a Wallflower.
Never seen it.
Booksmart, which we also started to watch and did not finish.
It's a gay pride thing, though.
This is the one I think you might have said that I missed. Superbad?
Yes, I said Superbad. Okay, so I made it to 6 then.
Carrie.
I know. Okay. I didn't. Yeah. I guess because of the prom and all that.
Bring It On.
Oh, I went back and forth on that because I thought for a second it was college.
I knew for a fact you were gonna feel regret about that. 16 Candles was on there.
Got that.
Cooley High.
Don't know what that is.
Fame.
I thought that was a play musical.
It was. It was a play and a musical. It was also a TV show, but it was also a movie.
So it was everything.
It was everything.
The Book of Fame, a pop-up.
Grease,
I got.
American Graffiti.
Don't know what that is.
That is the very first movie that Harrison Ford was in.
No. First movie he was in Star Wars.
No.
Yeah.
Last Picture Show.
Don't know what that is.
That is a black and white one, so I'm not at all surprised that you...
They didn't have high school back then.
Heathers.
Heathers, yeah,
which is
that was
one of
a good
the
one.
ones I first thought when you said that it was a movie that we watched together.
We watched that
really
like our
liked.
first month together,
Yes.
so that was a long time ago.
Rebel Without a Cause.
Don't know what that is.
That is also an old one with James Dean in it.
Napoleon Dynamite on there?
Nope.
Oh,
Hoop Dreams.
Don't know what that is.
It's a basketball movie.
Is Varsity Blues on there?
No.
There's no sports movies.
Mean Girls.
I got
Hoop
Mean
Dreams
Girls.
is a sports movie.
I'm in football.
To Sir with Love. This is the only one on the list I've never heard of.
Is Remember the Titans on there?
No.
What the hell? This list sucks.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yeah.
Which you guessed. Clueless. Which you guessed.
Yo. Well, I didn't really guess. You gave it to me. I just got Alicia Silverstone.
That's true. Election.
Don't. Oh yeah.
With Reese Witherspoon.
Dustin Hopkins, right? Isn't in it? Maybe not.
It's got Reese Witherspoon in it and Matthew Broderick.
Oh, okay.
Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
I thought about that one, but I couldn't go back. I went back and forth on high school or college.
Dazed and Confused.
Never seen it.
Oh, you need to see it. That is a great movie.
Nah.
Breakfast Club.
I had that first one.
And that's it.
That's all 25? And I got 6 right?
Yes, you got 6 right.
So what does that mean?
That means you get your massage. That's what you wanted.
Can I pick which part of the body?
Sure.